What's going on, everybody? Man, Eric Wilson for the Sports Arena and the National Scouting Combine. And today we are joined by an exceptional athlete and leader, Cam George, senior defensive lineman and one of the captains of the Northwestern State Demon football team. Now, Cam has been a force on the defensive front and a leader in the locker room, from his high school dominance in Louisiana to his collegiate success in, please excuse me, because y'all know I am bad with names, in Natachakis. I'm going to ask him about that and see if I said that right, which I probably didn't, but we'll get to that. And he's earned every step of his journey. Now, Cam's passion for the game, his personal resilience, both on and off the field, make him somebody who people need to pay attention to at the 2026 National Scouting Combine. Cam, thank you so much for joining me, my brother. First question out the gate. How do I say this? Natachakis?
It's pronounced Natchitoches, and don't worry, I had trouble saying it as well. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, my brother, thank you so much for joining me, man. Let's start from the beginning, okay? Because you grew up in Lafayette, Louisiana, standout defensive player at Asadenia High School. Did I say that right?
It's Acadiana.
Man, listen, anybody who watches this show and anybody who knows me is my pronunciation is horrible, but I'm going to work on it. I truly, truly am. So what was the name of your high school again?
Acadiana.
Acadiana. Okay.
Yeah.
You've won state titles. You've earned defensive MVP honors. Man, Cam, what first drew you to football? And how did those early experiences shape who you are today?
Well, I come from a very athletic, family background. Both of my older brothers being athletes as well. My dad was as well. My older brother, he played college football at Texas A&M. And really just watching him growing up, just being inspired to always kind of lead in those same footsteps. That's what's kind of, got me into football today.
So did you ever imagine yourself as a captain of a Division I program like Northwestern State?
Initially, just kind of the person I am. I'm not the most vocal guy, so I didn't kind of always think of myself as a leader, but I always felt like I possessed those qualities, just of always leading by example and then just always pushing people to, get to that next level or reach their full potential. So I feel like I definitely stepped into that role.
Now, Cam, you came to Northwestern State after spending time at UL Lafayette, and quickly you carved out a role for yourself there. You moved into a leadership spot, and of course, by 2025, you were named one of the team captains. Walk me through that transition, but more importantly, what did that mean to you?
Yeah, it meant a lot, honestly, just being able to come here, and kind of just be able to identify myself quickly, on a new team. It was definitely challenging, but I feel like it was just a destiny for myself. And as far as, just coming here, transferring, it was kind of like a fresh start for me, spending time at UL. I feel like I was kind of overlooked, didn't really get the opportunity that I was looking for. So I'm just grateful and blessed that Coach McCorkle and the rest of the staff just gave me opportunity.
So let's talk about that improvement that you spoke about year over year, from your first season, starting in all 12 games to key defensive contributions to the season and to the team. What aspects of your game are you most proud of developing?
Definitely my speed for the game. I feel like I've been able to develop, my IQ as well. I feel like I'm very intelligent on the field. I think that helps me a lot. And overall, just being tough on the field is just something that I've always prided myself on, being physical. I feel like that has definitely, taken a step in the right direction over the past few years, and just being able to be versatile as well. Being able to play multiple positions on the front line and just also having some ability to do things in space. So I feel like that's what, separates my game.
All right, so let's talk about it because you mentioned it earlier. Let's talk about your family because, you've shared some powerful stories, including how the support of your family and teammates have meant so much to you. How has your personal journey, both highs and lows, influenced your approach to the game of football?
Yeah, I think just being able to experience, the trials and tribulations that I did. Um, I think that it kind of got me to be able to see, like, it's always gonna, work out. If you just put your best foot forward. It taught me to be resilient, and persevere in things that I really wanted. You have to, go after the things that you want in life. You can't just wait on it to happen. So I feel like that's what kind of, just drives me every day, and just having that support system, for my family. They play a big part because they've always, just believed in me. Um, and just having them in my back corner has just always been a great help.
All right, let's move on to the event coming up in just a few short weeks, the National Scouting Combine. What excites you most about getting the chance to compete next January?
Yeah, I just feel like this is a blessing, a great opportunity, coming from where I come from. Experience what I've been through. I just feel like this was a destiny for me. I feel like I can go there and kind of just make a name for myself. I feel like not that many people, know who I am or my abilities, and I really haven't been able to show that, throughout all of my college years. And I feel like there's a lot more potential that I haven't even reached yet, and I'm only going to get better. So.
What areas are you focusing on in your training leading up to the combine?
Definitely just speed, explosiveness, just making sure I'm on point with that. Just staying, very agile, just being able to move fluidly has been a big part of what I've been focusing on this offseason.
And how do you see the National Scouting Combine impacting your future from an athletic standpoint, but also from a professional standpoint?
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity to, just be in touch with a lot of professionals and just kind of network, for myself, and get in touch with guys that, have the same goals and aspirations as me. So I feel like it's definitely a great opportunity to, be a part of something special, compete, and just grow.
Has your mindset changed as you prepare for this big stage?
Um, I would say it kind of just stay the same. I'm always going to be the same person I am, just a guy who shows up to work and, just leads by example. So I've definitely just been having that same mindset.
All right. Cam, let's go, man. I got 5 quick fire questions I want to ask you, just totally right off the dome. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Favorite pregame meal?
I'd say maybe some chicken and pasta or steak or something like that. Yeah.
One word to describe your 2025 season.
I would say resilient.
Who's the toughest player you faced in college?
I would give a shout out to there's a offensive tackle from Lamar who's really good. I can't remember his name, but he's very good. I feel like he's gonna develop into a professional player. He was number 73 from this year, and yeah, off the bat, I feel like he's probably the best.
Okay. Music you listen to before practice?
It's a lot of kind of toned down music. I like to relax with some R&B, neo soul, just to kind of keep myself composed and just be able to relax and focus before a practice or a game.
What's the one thing fans don't know about you that they should know about you?
I feel like I'm very, very well, rounded as a person. I feel like I'm very lovable. I'm not the most outspoken guy, like I said, but I feel like I'm always willing to, interact with people, or, just, um, you know, meet new people and stuff like that. So, but, once I get on the field, I'm always, locked in, just trying to focus on the task at hand.
All right. Well, Cam, thank you so much for joining me, man. Many blessings to you and your family, and Merry Christmas. I look forward to seeing you in just a very short period of time, show up and show out at the annual event that is the 2026 National Scouting Combine, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me, your man, Eric Wilson. Again, all these athletes who are showing up, truly giving you an inside look into who they are. Get ready, because this year is going to be very exciting. Stay blessed. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.